Hi guys, Travis here, the Digital Marketing Nomad, and today we're going to learn to set up a blog. What we're going to learn in today's tutorial is how to start your blogging career, how to set everything up step by step, including market research. Your blog will be mobile responsive, secure, and backed up automatically. Your blog will be fully optimized for SEO and social sharing, as well as we'll get an email subscription list set up for you. So let's jump into this. So we're at hostpapa.com, and this is where I use my web hosting from. And so very simple, this is the home page, and all you have to do is click the big Get Started button. And the nice thing with HostPapa is you're able to get a free domain name. And so you get to choose, let's try this out here. I'm just going to see if this is available. Perfect, so it's available. And so you scroll down and you can either choose 36, 24, 12 months. The longer you go, obviously, the cheaper it will be. And then continue to scroll down, and the domain privacy I leave on. This is just personal preference. If you don't have it, anyone can look up your information through a Whois search. But if you do keep it, then it won't show your information, so people won't be able to find that out. But I do uncheck the site lock and the automated site backup. And then I scroll down, put in your information. You can pay by card or by PayPal. And then you click on that you've agreed to everything, and you click Create Account. And you have to create a password, and you'll get sent an email. But since I've already done that, we're going to just jump in here. And this is what the back office of HostPapa looks like. And so now we're going to install WordPress, and it's very easy. We're just going to go up here to My cPanel. So once we're in My cPanel, don't be intimidated by this screen. There's a lot of information on here, but we don't need to use it unless you're a technical person. But to install this, we're just going to continue to scroll down to the bottom till you see the WordPress logo, and we're going to click on the WordPress logo. And then just scroll back up here. And all you need to do is click the Install button. And where it says Choose Protocol, when you click the drop-down menu, you have a couple options. You have http:// or with the www. The difference between the two is if you want the www. In front of your domain name, obviously click that one. Don't click the other ones, the HTTPS, unless you have a secured SSL. If you don't have that, just use the HTTP. If this is your first domain, then you only have one option here, but since I have a few, I'm just going to choose the one I want to install. They automatically give you a database name. You can change this if you want. I just leave the generic there. As well as the table prefix, I leave the same. Now under site settings, name your website. I'm just going to name this my blog. If I can spell here. And your site description is your, like, the tagline. So I'm just going to throw a quick tagline in here. Perfect. And then you just put in your admin name. So I'm just going to name it my name. And you can type in a password, or if you click on the key here, it will generate a random password for you. And I just want to remember this. And then where it says select plugins, I always check the limit login attempts. What this does is allows, if someone tries to hack into your blog, it will protect you somewhat from that. And then scroll down to the bottom here, and you see email installation details too. Just type in an email address. And then once you've done that, you click the install button. I'm going to pause the video while this installs, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so it has finished installing, and it says congratulations. So it's successfully installed, and we can go and check this out to see what the website looks like. Perfect, so this is the basic setup of a website. Now we're going to go ahead and pretty this up a bit. I'm going to show you how to change your theme. And so to do that, the easiest way is actually just going to here and type wp-admin, and that'll take you to be able to log into the back end of your website. Perfect. So this is the back end of WordPress. It is very easy to use. Basic functions. Posts are blog posts. Media is adding pictures and videos. Pages is it's like a blog post, but it's static. It won't move. And then you usually use appearances and plugins. So the first thing we're going to do is add some plugins. I recommend 8 plugins. And so I'm going to show you how to install those, and then I'll show you how to customize those and the blog as well. So just click on plugins, and it's going to look like this. To add a new plugin, and if you want to download the ones that I recommend, there will be a link in the description, or you can access them from my blog directly. And so you just go to add new, and we want to upload a plugin, and we're going to choose file, and we're going to install the first one, and just click choose, install now. Okay, so that one has been installed, and all we're going to do is activate the plugin. Perfect, so that one's been done. Now I'm going to do it one more time, and so you can go add new, or you can go down here and do add new this way as well. And we're going to upload, choose file, and install now. Okay, and again, activate the plugin. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, install the other recommended plugins that I do have, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've installed all the other plugins needed, and you might see all these things at the top here. Don't worry about them. We are going to go over each of these and get them all configured, so don't be worried about that. What I'm also going to show you to do is to update a plugin, since there's one that needs updating here. And you have 2 options. You can click on the update now here. If you have a bunch of them, more than one, you can click on the one, or if there's all, click on there. Click on bulk actions and go to update, and then click apply. Okay, so it's been updated, and then you just return to the plugin page. So from here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down to settings, and we're going to go over to general. The site title and the tagline, if you filled them in when we're doing the WordPress install, they will be here. If you do want to change your tagline or your site title, this is where you do it. Because I chose www. It's showing here. And if you make any changes, click Save Changes. The next thing we're going to do is permalinks. This is to help with SEO as well. And we want to change it from default to post name. And then scroll down and click Save Changes. Okay. From there, we're going to back your blog up. So we're going to go to Back WP Up and click on Add New Job. So we're going to name this Daily. And you want to make sure the database backup is checked, the file backup is checked, as well as the installed plugins. This way your plugins are covered in case of any issues. And we're going to scroll down and choose where you want your backup sent to. I normally just get it sent to an email address or Dropbox, but if you use any of these, you can definitely do that. And make sure under errors only that you have that checked, so it'll only send you an email if an error occurs. Otherwise, you'll just get a lot of emails. And we're going to save changes. Okay, from here we're going to go over to schedule. And we're going to click on Start Job with WordPress Cron. And we're going to scroll down and choose when you want this backed up. You can have it once a month, weekly, daily. Recommend a minimum once a week. If you want, you can do it daily, but it's not necessarily needed. But for the example, I'm going to leave it on daily. The time is in 24 hours, so this is set for 3 in the morning. And I am going to click Save Changes. This is just the database backup. Leave everything the way it is. Same with files. Leave everything the way it is. If there is any plugins, for example, you don't want backed up, you can check them here. Make sure Back WordPress Up is checked. You don't want to back up the backups. And right now, these are the stock themes. If there's other themes you don't care about getting backed up, you can check those as well. And plugins. You're just going to leave the way it is, and to email. This will be different if you choose another option. If you choose Dropbox, it will say to Dropbox, etc. You can send a test email to make sure it works. Go down to the maximum file size and change that from 20 to 0. What that does is it makes it unlimited, so your whole site does get backed up. And we are going to save changes. Perfect. So now we have our blog backed up every day at 3 in the morning. What we're going to do now is strengthen the security on our blog. So we're going to go over to Security and just click Security. So what you can do here is make a backup. This way you don't have to start all over. And then you can do allow file updates and one-click secure if you like. Just for time constraints of this tutorial, I'm not going to click on these. If you don't do those, what I do recommend is doing a backup, like it suggests. And then once you do the backup, make sure you fix the high priority ones first. And so you just click on it. It's going to take you to the thing that needs to be changed. Fill it in, and you want to enable local brute force protection. And if you click immediately ban a host that attempts to log in using the admin username. If you changed your username like I did in the install, check this. If you haven't, it will give you the option to change it. It just strengthens the security of your blog. So I'm going to check it and save changes. And then go back to dashboard and continue to go through the high priority. I also recommend doing the medium priority as well, but definitely the high priority. And if you want to, you can do some of the low priorities as well. But again, just for time constraints, I'm not going to click on all of these. Okay, so now that our blog is backed up and secure, what we're going to do is we are going to add a theme. So we're going to go up to Appearance and over to Themes. So these are the themes that WordPress has created, and they create a new one every year. If you want, you can add a new theme. So all these ones that show up are free themes. I would be careful if you do choose a free theme, just because the coding isn't always the greatest, and it can negatively affect SEO. I would recommend only using WordPress free themes, ones that WordPress has created directly, if you do want to go down this route. But I use a paid premium theme from Woo Themes called Canvas. Another company I highly recommend is StudioPress, their Genesis themes. And so I'm going to show you how to install a Canvas theme. So we're going to click on Upload Theme, and it's going to be just like adding a plugin, but it's going to be for a theme. It will be, when you download it from the company, it will be a zip file, and you just click Choose and Install Now. And I want to activate this, so we're going to click on Activate. Perfect. So if we open this in a new tab, you notice the blog looks different than we originally did. And so we're going to customize this a little bit, make it look a little more attractive. You may notice that this looks similar to digitalmarketingnomad.com. This is the theme that I am using myself. Okay, so once we have that theme set up, it's going to show up here in between portfolio and appearance if it's a different theme than the WordPress. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our sharing buttons. And when you click on Dig, it's going to bring you here. And what we're going to do is scroll down and add your Twitter handle. And again for buffer here. And then the other ones I don't use, the flatter and the tweet me. And then what we're going to do is just save changes. And then from there we're going to go to normal display. So if you want the normal display set up, it's not going to be a floating display. It's just going to show up either on the top or bottom of your posts. You would click it horizontal or vertical there. If you want it on your home page, just your posts, pages would be the three that I would use. Categories, tags, and archives are pointless. If you make any changes, definitely click the Save Changes. And when it comes down to section 3 here, these are all the different social sharing buttons you can add. And so some of them are already on here. And so what we're going to do is if you want to add or remove, you just click on the drop down and choose which one you want. And then if you make changes, click Save Changes. we're going to go to floating display. I like the floating display. It just follows the blog as you go through your posts. And so it's already checked. And some of these are enabled. So if we go back to our website here, and we click on Hello World, there we go. Those are our sharing, and that will follow us around. The post is too short, but it will follow us around. You can change the distance from the left that it displays, so it's not covering any words or anything. And again, save changes. From there, we're going to go to SEO. If you want, you can take a tour. It will quickly show you some different things, but I'm going to give you a quick crash course on it in the tutorial. And when you scroll down from the dashboard, it's going to say Webmaster Tools. What you want to do is you want to click on each one of these. It's going to open up a different account. If you don't use Pinterest, it doesn't matter about Pinterest, but definitely use Alexa, Bing, and Google Webmaster Tools. The other two are optional. Click on them if you need to create an account. If you haven't, they're all free. And they're going to give you verification IDs. Enter the meta values in here and click Save Changes. What this does is it allows the search engines to search your website so they are able to rank in the search engines. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to titles and metas. So what we're going to do here, the title separator is when you're looking on, let's say, Google, it will say the title of your post and then one of these symbols and then the name of your blog. I usually use the first three or the vertical. So we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to clean up the head, and we're going to just check all four of these. And we're going to save changes. And then home. So for the home page, put a description of what your blog is about. So this could also just be your tagline. But I would recommend using some keywords. Don't go crazy with them. You don't want to stuff the description, but make it sound natural, but do include keywords that you want to use. And we're going to save changes. Okay, and so once that's been done, we're going to go down to social. And you can log in with Facebook, and as well as Twitter and Google+. And what these do is it just allows you to share your post directly to these three networks. So just the Facebook page URL here. You don't need to do the front page settings. What this would do is if you have a logo that you want to use, it would always show that image instead of an image of the post that you use, for example. And then same with Twitter, you're going to put in your username here. Add Twitter card metadata, you'd want to check that. Save changes. And as well for Google+, you want to add the metadata as well. If you have a Face or a Google+ page, you'd enter it here, or you can also use your personal page as well, and save changes. And we're gonna go down to XML sitemaps, and leave the top two checked. You want to also have ping Yahoo and Ask. It just will send them notifications saying that you've added anything to your posts. And we are going to save changes. Perfect. So now we have the SEO set up, blog backed up, and the security set up. What we're going to do next is we are going to quickly set up analytics. And what analytics does is it allows you information on your blog about how many people are coming to your blog and what are your best posts and stuff like that. And we want to click on settings. And so generally you want to, if you don't have Google Analytics account, again, it is free. Just Google Analytics and you'll be able to create an account. You'd click on authenticate with your Google account, and you can have these things tracked if you like. I leave them blank, and then once you have it here, it's going to show up, and you click Save Changes. Then you'd go over to Universal. You do want to check Enable Universal Tracking and the demographics. It's just going to help you see who's actually coming to your website and the demographic of people that are checking out your website. You do have to enable these in Google Analytics before. These will work, but the little question mark will show you a link on how to do that. Save changes. Okay, so now that we have that set up, what we're going to do is we're going to get our affiliate link set up. And so this is, we'll use, if you're wanting to use affiliates for like a web hosting service, you would put them in here. So what we want to do is go to affiliate links, and it's going to go down to settings. So where it says link prefix, you can click on this, and there's a bunch of options. So what it's going to do is it's going to say your domain name, / recommends link, etc., and then the name that you've put for the affiliate link. And so you can choose whatever one you like. Recommend sounds good, but it is a little long. I usually go with get for mine. And then we want to leave it at 301 permanent. You want to do these as no follow. That is just so Google leaves these links alone because they do not like affiliate links. If you want to have it so if someone clicks on your affiliate link, it will open in a new window instead of on the current page, check that. And then we're going to scroll down and click on Save Changes. Perfect. So that's set up here. And to add affiliate links, you just click on Add New. So because we have the WordPress SEO installed, it's going to show up here, but it doesn't affect our link. So if you just click on the little arrow here, hide it. You don't need it. You don't need to fill it out because we made them no follow links, so Google doesn't get mad at us. And I'm going to use an example here for HostGator, which is a very common web host service, just for the example here. Okay, and then you would put your affiliate link under the URL's destination URL, and then we're going to click Save Link. So what we're going to do now is create a post. And so how to do that? Very easy. Go over to Posts. You can click on it or just go Add New. And I'm just going to name this Test. I have some text already done here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste that in here. Right now, if you don't see all the options to customize a text, if you just click on this one right beside the affiliate links here, it's going to add it here so you can make other changes. So let's highlight this. Right now it's set as a paragraph, and we can turn it into a header. Heading 1 is always going to be your title. Heading 2 and so on are just different ones that you can add. I do recommend always having a header 2, and if possible a header 3 as well. If you do notice, we are in the visual section of the blog post. If you do go over to text, it's going to look a little confusing, especially if you don't know code. Don't be intimidated by it though, but when you're working the visual, unless you do know code, and you type in your words, scroll down, and you're going to see the WordPress SEO by Yoast. And what you do here is you type in a keyword, and so I'm going to use anger because I know that word is mentioned, or actually it's temper, I think. And you put enter, and it's going to show you. So right now I don't have it in the title, or in the URL, or in the meta description. So let's make this a bit more SEO friendly, and we'll change this to temper. And see, now it shows. You want to try to have all these say yes. If you have a title and it has more than just your keyword in the title, I would recommend just changing the permalink to just your keyword. I do talk about that in more detail on the blog post itself, so if you are watching this on YouTube, there'll be a link to the direct blog post where it goes into detail about this. Okay, so now that we've done all these, what we want to do is we're going to save the draft. This is just going to update it and give you your SEO score, which you see down here. So down here you'll see your SEO score. It'll be red, yellow, or green depending on the score. Try to aim for green. Don't stress about it because it is if you're just starting out, but that is the goal at the end. From here, what we'd want to do is you don't want to publish it right away. You want to preview. You want to see what it looks like because the formatting just might not look good. You might want to make spaces better. So we're just going to click on this. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. So we're going to leave that. And what I'm going to show you how to do next is to add a YouTube video to your blog. I'm going to show you this because you do have to go into the text section, but I don't want you to be intimidated by it. So pick your video that you want to put into the blog, and you go down to the share section, and it will say embed. And if we click on show more, it gives us some options. So you can pick the video size. I like the 640 by 480 for my blog, but again, you can change that. You can remove the controls so it will just show the video, or remove the title. And so do whatever options you like. And once you're comfortable with that, you're going to go up to just above the preview and highlight all of this. And we're going to copy, and we're going to go back to our post. And we are going to switch over to the text section. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the middle here. So here, and we are going to paste it in. And it's a little bit of code. And I usually push enter just so it's on a line by itself. And then we're going to go back to visual. Now you see this big gray box. And so that's where the video is going to show up. And if we go to preview again, as you can see from the preview, the video does show up here now in the blog, and you could watch it if you like, and everything works good. And so now you know how to add a YouTube video to your posts. To add pictures, very simple, you click on Add Media. Just pick a point where you want the picture. Let's put this one close to the top. And Add Media, and select a file. When adding pictures, you do want to make sure the file name before you upload it is the same as your keywords. Again, I do go into better detail in the blog post on how and why you should do this. So because we're going with the same theme of temper, we would change the title and the alt text to the keyword that we're using. And scroll down, you can align it to the left, center, right. And if you link to the media file, if someone clicks on it, it will take them to the actual picture itself. You can also use this to add a custom URL as well. I usually leave none, and insert to post. And so there's the image. We are going to preview this again. So now there's a box around the picture, so that's looking good. And so once you're okay with everything, then you are going to publish. So pages are just like posts. You can create them the same way by going to pages, adding new. The only difference is they're static and they don't change. And so what I'm going to show you now is how to edit and customize your navigation bar. If you go down to Appearance and down to Menus, and so I've already created some pages just to save some time here, and just name the menu. I usually do Main, and click on Create Menu. And then under the pages, you click on the pages that you want to add. So I'm just going to add these all. Add to menu. And sometimes what you need to do is, if there is no home button, you want to create one, you'd click on links and add the URL to the main page. So I'm just going to quickly do that. Copy that. And call this home. And add to menu. Okay, so here's the menu. The top is going to be the furthest one on the left. The bottom is in the furthest on the right. You are able to move these by just clicking one and moving them up and down. As you see, it looks like this. That means it would be like a drop-down menu. If you want it its own, you want it parallel to the one. So the home I want to have first, and so you can move these however you want. And then from there, you click on Primary Menu, Save Menu. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get your email set up here so you can start collecting emails, which is the primary goal of having a blog. So for my email I use GetResponse. The great thing is they have a free 30-day trial. You just click on free trial and fill it in the information. And once you get that all set up, it's going to look like this. You just want to click on Create Web Form. And here's some templates that you can use. You can customize these however you want. You can remove any of these options by clicking on the bottom. So that, I don't want the footer. You can go and edit any of these. Sign up now. apply. You can resize this as well, wherever you want. You can do it up here as well. And edit header. And we'll leave the title the same, change the color, apply. And once you're happy with how you want it, you click on Next Step. And this is where you name it. We'll do Test. And you can use a default thank you page that they give you, or you can use a custom one, and then click Next. And then from here, you want to click on the Show HTML Code, and you want to copy all this. And so what you want to do is in Appearances, you want to go down to Widgets, and this is going to put the subscription box on the side here. So depending on the theme that you've used, you might have different footers and stuff here. Just depends. I want to remove some of these. So you just click on the little arrow and delete them. Okay, so now that we have a clean slate, what we're going to do is add the web form. And the easiest way to do that is just grab a text widget, drag it up to the primary, and we're going to paste that code that we put in, and we are going to save. And then we go back to the blog here, and we're going to refresh this. Perfect. So now you see that we have our page with our blog post. We have the pages that we've added, and we have an email subscription box. And you can play around with this how you like. Now to customize this even more, you go back to the back end of your WordPress, and you go down to Appearance and Customize. And it's so much easier now since they've updated WordPress to make changes to this. And so what this does is it shows you your website live, and you can make changes. So you just click on it, select the color, and it changed. We can do that for anything you want. You can change the colors, change the headlines, you can put a background image, and customize your widgets all from here as well. And so you can go through here and play with it and customize it, and once you're ready, just save and publish, and that will fix it. And one last thing, just to show you what else you can do here, is I'm going to show you how to add a custom image if you want to your website. So under Canvas, you're going to go to Settings, and here's your option to have a custom logo. Favicon is the small little image on the top of a tab. You don't have to worry about the tracking code because we did that on the Analytics plugin there. And so once you play around with this, you will have a working blog. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to learn how to do market research and monetize your blog and the full tutorial, then click on the link below and you'll be able to read the full blog post. And make sure you like and subscribe if you did find value in this.